Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Siedoggs Studies Chess. I'm currently rebranding from Tech and Sci with an Asian guy, and I am Siedoggs. So today we're going to take a look. I've been playing some online tournaments recently, and I've had some good success with Rapid. We're going to take a look at an over-the-board chess tournament. I played 4 games during May 2023, so fairly recently. We're going to break down 3 out of those 4 games, and I'm going to call it the good, the bad, and the ugly. The first game, without further ado. So, opponent is the black pieces, and I am playing as white. So I start off with my tried and true London system: d4, d5, bishop f4, knight c6, e3. Just normal development so far. Knight jumps in the middle. They're looking to instigate, so they're going to actually bring another piece to the party. So they have 2 pieces kind of coming into my territory. We have the knight. The knight really can't check right now, but the bishop definitely has a pin with the knight to my queen. So I'm looking to kick out at least one of those pieces. However, opponent moves back to bishop h5. And because I generally intend to castle kingside here, I'm not looking to push this pawn to g4 and chase the bishop. But it is a dual purpose move. I am looking to create a little bit of an escape route for my bishop all the way back to h2. So I do take the opportunity to castle since there is still a pin here. But opponent develops. I bring knight bd2, complete my development. This also allows 2 attacking pieces on the knight, so the opponent responds appropriately and takes my knight. So take. Opponent also takes with the bishop there because I have also undone the pin, but now I have double pawns and a fairly open king. So I'm looking to solve that problem. So bishop d6, I move my bishop back, hoping for a trade. Not the most ideal, but it at least will give me a semi-decent pawn structure, better than the double pawns. Queen moves, they're looking to kind of get in on those dark squares. They look pretty juicy. So opponent's pushing those pawns. They still haven't castled their king. So I'm looking to complete my triangle on the dark squares, kind of create a dark square complex. Opponent strikes in the middle with e5. I'm going to move my bishop back there. I do not want it to get caught in the crossfire because it's my only light square guard. So take. Opponent castles queenside. So I naturally am looking to push some pawns and start at least something of an attack on the queen side. I'm actually bluffing at this point. I'm looking to push some pawns, at least give my opponent some pause in their attack on me. So queen does actually move, so that part is successful so far. So I continue to push the pawns, and actually instead of moving a5, I should have moved b5 to open up my rook potentially, but that's okay. Queen comes in, I move my rook, takes, and it's not looking good, so I'm kind of looking to trade the queen. You want to trade when you're under attack the heaviest piece, the one that can do the most damage. I'm looking to trade it. Opponent says no way. So turns out over the board in this particular scenario, the queen, the opponent did not see that I could fork their queen with a check here, so we actually had to redo that move. But queen takes bishop, rook takes, and my rook is actually in a not so bad position. I'm going to be on a semi-open file on the F file here, which is great. I don't want to get my rook trapped, so I'm going to take the pawn. Being up pieces, taking more, or trading down is going to be beneficial for me. So they are looking to sneak in there. Check, move back. And so I could have actually just taken the pawn, but what I wanted to do is try to get my king to a little bit of safety here. So now we are looking to go back. Somehow that got Now, consolidate a little bit. I am still up a queen for a bishop. So, opponent actually blunders their knight there, so I kind of got a free knight. Take, take. That is good for me. And I'm just in time with that queen to stop that pawn. Opponent is trying to do what they can to sneak a pawn past me, but I'm going to deal with that first. I'm not going to allow it at all. Allows zero counterplay. So, kind of get my king in the game, but I realize given the structure, I can check, cut off the king from the, and they only really had one choice to move back to the 8th rank. So now, find a nice little checkmate with a queen promotion. So that is game 1, the good. Now, let's take a look at the bad. Opponent is the white pieces, and I'm playing as black. So traditional opening with e4, and I'm going to move c6 to do, and I recently have studied the Caro Kann, courtesy of Gotham Chess, and so they actually go for a trade in the center, so we're doing somewhat of an exchange Caro Kann. Opponent re-solidifies their center with d4, knight c6, knight c3, knight f6, bishop goes to pin the knight against the king. Now I don't want to get my light square bishop trapped in the middle of the behind the pawn chain. I want it in front of the pawn chain. So much like the London system in that regard, just played slightly differently. I'm playing according to my comfort level, so I am going to not even allow the pin in this game. We're going to put the bishop there. And I'm hoping to maintain that bishop, not only to maintain the bishop pair, but to also have a monster on those dark squares. So knight, I'm going to utilize a technique very, very similar to the London system. Knight jumps in where it can't easily be kicked out by pawns. And so this is better for me. So take, take. And I think the solidification of the light squares is actually excellent for me. And now, potentially, I can move my rook to an open file here. It's great. So, the opponent is doing everything that I want. Take, take. Knight jumps in to attack the bishop. I don't mind that. Castle. Queen comes out, looking for a queen attack. I don't really see much here. They're not targeting the same square. So, I'm going to strike back in the center. So, take, take. Take, take. Queen is still targeting a different square than a bishop. I'm going to move my rook, kind of get it to an open, semi-open file. We're going to kick out the bishop, kind of move the queen. Now, you can see at this point I am down a pawn, even though the trades have been beneficial to me. So what I want to do is trade off some pieces, just take, take. Now, I am down a second pawn. I kind of gambited it away. And right now, I'm not really in a great position. So, or at least I thought. I didn't feel great about this, even though I'm kind of targeting a pawn down here. So, opponent kind of grabs the pawn here. I grab a pawn up there. They actually looked to kick me out, and I found a nice little sequence. You know, thankfully I've been working on my puzzles a lot. I've done, I think, over 5,000 puzzles on chess.com, and it goes like this. Take, take, back rank mate. King has no escape route, queen is cut off, so that is the bad game. I turned a not so, what seemed like to me at the time, being down 2 pawns, being down like essentially 2 pawns in a -2 kind of position, or +2 or more for the opponent in terms of evaluation. I just didn't think there was coming back from it. The opponent was playing solid. Even though the trades were going my way, I just didn't feel like I was gaining advantage and I was losing it. So, as it turns out, not too bad. And on to the last game. Opponent is the black pieces and I'm white. So d4, e5, they're looking to use the England gamut, get me out of my comfort zone with the the London system. Knight c6, bishop f4. I don't really know what to do. I didn't really study the England gambit. so it's not good. E3, knight takes E5. I want to get a second attacking piece in here, but take, check, block, take. And here's the thing. Because I don't study the England Gambit a lot, and I should, I can see that very clearly if I don't do something, I'm going to lose the house. I'm going to lose it all. So even rook to b1 is a loss of a rook, even though I can potentially take with the queen. But why would the opponent do that? It would just be easier for them to take the knight with check and then get the rook. Grab it all. So I spent, in a 25-minute aside game, delay 5, I spent 5 to 7 minutes with this kid just banging on my equipment, just slamming the clock as hard as he could. I couldn't figure out what to do, but after he slammed it a few times, I just said, the heck with it, I'm gonna just finish this up. So I tried another move. I tried to interpose a move by checking the king, block. I didn't see anything else, and this is where I resigned as white. So I need to study the England Gambit a little bit better, kind of know what to do. I know how to stop some early queen attacks, but this is one that I need a little additional study with. So again, we took a look at 3 over-the-board games. All my other games that I've shown you have been online games, tournament format, regular format, mostly 5-minute blitz, 10-minute rapid, but this was a full beginner's tournament over the board, 25-minute aside, 50-minute game total potentially with a delay 5 before each move. So this was a really good experience. This is maybe my 29th tournament game, 6th or 7th tournament over the board, so this has been really great. So thanks for tuning in to Siedoggs Studies Chess, now rebranded, and we'll see you next time.